Hello students, again I welcome you all in this switchgear and protection lecture series, and we are discussing about this unit number 2, that is fuses and circuit breaker. So we are continuing our discussion of this part B of this unit, that is the circuit breaker, and in the last part we mostly discuss about the circuit breaker, the basic principle of circuit breaker, as well as the several operating principle of circuit breaker also. Also, we classified the circuit breaker on the basis of different aspects. Okay. So, like the classification based on the voltage ratings also, or classification of based on the arc quenching medium which we are going to use inside it, classification based on the location where we are going to install this circuit breaker. So there are several classifications, and based on that we find different circuit breakers under this AC circuit breaker as well as in DC circuit breaker. Then we also discuss about we have started this circuit breaker description, that is the air brake circuit breaker. Okay. So we discuss mainly about its constructional details and how this air brake circuit breaker operates. Now, in continuation with this air brake circuit breaker, in today's lecture we will going to cover the various types of air brake circuit breakers, how they, and then what is the operating principle of these kinds of air brake circuit breaker, and also we will going to study about the air blast circuit breaker also. So let's start with this air brake circuit breaker in continuation with the previous lecture. So as far as the classification of air brake circuit breaker is concerned, we generally classify this air brake circuit breaker into three categories. That is, one is called the plain air brake circuit breaker, uh, where we have the simple plain arrangement which we earlier also described in the air brake circuit breaker. Then we have another type is the magnetic blowout type circuit breakers. Okay. And third category of circuit breaker under this air brake circuit breaker is arc shoot type circuit breakers. So let's discuss one by one what basically these circuit breakers and what are the applications of this particular circuit breakers. So as far as the plain type circuit breaker, this is generally the simplest form of the air brake circuit breaker, and we already mentioned in the last lecture that how this arc is been initiated inside the circuit breaker and how it is been elongated in the arc shoots with the help of your current convection. Okay. So here in this case, we have the arrangement, one simple arrangement, that is we have the two horns. So here the two horns which we have shown in the diagram also. Okay, so this type of two horns this kind of arrangements we are actually preparing here in order to lengthen the arc or in order to further cool the arc, and that way we are trying to increase the resistance of that arc, which will help you to reduce the current and it will help you to extinguish the arc. Okay. So here in this case this air initially strike across the shortest distance between the horns. So this is your shortest distance of this particular arc. So initially this air is being strike where this arc is formed. So when it is possible when the moving contact start operating start aparting from the fixed contact. Okay. And that way here the air is been your arc is been initiated, and this arc is been elongated in the upward direction. Okay. Okay. So and that with the help of the uh, air which we are initiating, so that this arc will be moving in upward directions. And this can be also possible with the help of convection current. Okay. With the help of convection principle, because this air is been heated up when we are blowing this air here, then this air is get heated up because arc is present there, and there is also an interaction between the magnetic and the electric field, and that way this particular arc will be traveling from narrow opening to the wide openings, uh, because we have this particular arrangement where we are directing the path of this particular arc. So this arc get extended from one tip to another, and when these horns are fully separated, that way this particular arc, so which we are showing like this is the arc we have, okay, and when it is moving in upward direction, this arc will get elongated, or this arc will get lengthened. So here you will observe this arc will be somewhat get lengthened. Okay, if it just traveling with the help of current convection or your magnetic field, then the length of the arc further go on increasing, and that way this is actually the principle of high resistance method. Okay, so it means that the resistance of that arc go on increasing, and that way the current flowing through this arc is also go on reducing. So this is somewhat a slower process. It is a relatively a slower process, and possibility of arc spreading of adjacent metal work limits the application above about 500 volt and to low power circuit only. Okay. So because the process is very small, very slow to move this particular arc from one position to another position, so that's why we are limiting this particular arrangement only for a say smaller value of the circuit breakers. Okay, so that means you cannot use this particular circuit breaker for a larger voltage or high voltage categories, because this particular process takes time, and that way it will going to increase the fault clearing time also inside the circuit breaker. Now the arrangement which we have just described, that arrangement you can see here in the picture also, that this is your this is your fixed contact in the circuit breaker. So if you can show through this pointer, okay, so this is your fixed contact which remain fixed, and this is your moving contacts inside the circuit breaker, and this moving contact initially during the normal operating condition these are been close to the fixed contact, but whenever any fault occurs, and if it is that fault is being sensed by the relay circuitry, then this relay generate a trip signal, and the coil of the circuit breaker get energized, and once the coil of that circuit breaker get energized, then this moving contact start aparting, this will be opening in that direction. Okay, so this is start up separating from the fixed contact, and in that way the voltage drop you can observe here, and in that way this arc is been persist in between these two contacts. So this arc is been given the direction with the help of this airflow. Okay, so there is an airflow is there, and this will be directed to move in a forward direction, upward direction with the help of current convection and magnetic field effects. So here we are already given a path in what direction this particular arc should move with the help of horn gap. Okay, so this horn gap arrangement which we have shown in the earlier diagram also, where this arc is being moving, and these arc will be entered in the arc chutes where there are the arc splitters are there. Okay, so this arc will be moving in this arc splitters where arc is been splitted down. Okay, and this way this arc is been lengthen it, and that way it is possible for you to clear the fault, or it is possible for you to quench the arc as quickly as possible. Then second category of air brake circuit breaker is called magnetic blow type circuit breaker, and it has some of the advantage over the previous type of circuit breaker, that is plain type of circuit breaker, that these circuit breakers can be used for the circuit of above 11 kV, because some kind of advantage you can observe here in this type in this category of circuit breaker. So here this arc extension basically been accomplished with the help of magnetic field produced by the current in the blowout coils, which are connected in series with the circuit which is to be interrupted. Okay, so such coil which are connected in series we call as the blowout of the coil. So this magnetic field itself actually not directly responsible to extinguish the arc inside the circuit breaker, but it will help you indirectly to move this particular arc into the arc chutes where arc is been lengthened, these are been cooled and finally this arc can be extinguished at the natural current zero. Okay. So here these arc shields are being prevented in the arc shoots, which are restricted not to spread this particular arc to the adjacent network. So this air brake circuit breaker, it is the arrangement which you can need to do in that air brake circuit breaker is that you require to connect these particular coils at correct polarity so that this arc will be directed in the upward direction. So this air brake, this braking action becomes more effective if there is a large magnitude of current in the fault, and this principle has resulted to increase the rupturing capacity of a circuit breaker to a higher value. So you can use this particular circuit breaker for a higher voltage application also. So here the major arrangement which we have done in that is the arc shoots, and this is one of the efficient device through which you can extinguish the arc in the air. And basically this arc shoot performs several functions, interrelated functions. First function that it perform is it confines the arc within a restricted space. Okay, it will not allow that particular arc to mix with the other regions. So whatever the restricted space has been allocated where this arc has been drawn, within that restricted place only you can keep that particular arc. So that way we can able to reduce the area of cross section of that particular arc. Then second is it provides magnetic control over the arc movement so as to make the arc excitation within the device only. So there is a magnetic control where it will directing the part to move in that particular arc in the upward direction, in the direction of the horn gap which we made that arrangement inside the circuit breakers. And that way this arc will be only confined within that particular devices only. Then third important function that it perform is it provides for a rapid cooling of arc gases in order to ensure arc extinction by deionization. So these particular arc should mainly, these are made up of the steel materials, and these steel materials they basically absorb the heats which are inside the arc. So this way it will provide a rapid cooling of these arc gases, and this way it will develop the deionization environment inside the circuit breaker which help you to extinguish the arc. So this is the arrangement of this magnetic blow type air brake circuit breaker we have. So all this this is the arc, this is the horn gap we have. Okay. So this arrangement we can also observe in the plain type air brake circuit breaker. Okay. So this is also called as the arcing horn. Okay. And these are the magnetic blow coils. Okay. These are the magnetic blow coils, and this particular arc, initially this arc is here. Okay, so with the help of this magnetic blow and current convection, this current will be this particular arc will flow in that way or in the upward direction. Okay, and it will be entered in this particular arc shoots. Okay, this is the arc shoots we have. This whole arrangement is the arc shoot arrangement, and in that arc shoots we have the arc splitters. Okay, so here what exactly happen? These arc horns act as a previous. Okay, so through which you are directing this particular arc to enter that arc into the arc shoots. Then this magnetic field blowouts arc into the arc shoots. So with this particular magnetic blowout, because of the magnetic flux has been there, which help to move this particular arc to enter into the arc shoots. Then this airflow basically is from down to upwards. Okay, that also help you to move that particular arc, and this way this arc will be entered into the arc shoots in the arc splitters, and that way you can observe there is a lengthening the arc and cooling that arc in order to further extinguish that particular arc. So you can extinguish that arc within that particular confined area only. Okay, it will not going to move that particular, it will not allow that arc to move in the other regions. So within that arc, because here the area of cross section of the arc further reduces, okay, and as well as this arc, also the resistance of also go on increasing. So in this case, this in this particular area only you can confine to extinguish that particular arc. Now this is a typical magnetic blowout coil principle, which we have shown in the earlier diagram also. uh, what basically how actually it can be done, how it can push that particular arc to the upward in the arc shoots. So here we have this arrangement, this arc being blown up. Okay, once this arc been blown up there, then these are actually the steel poles pieces. Okay, these are made up of the steel pole pieces which are made up of the it provides a flux path across the contacts. Then we have, this is a blowout core we have, okay, or and this is a blowout coil we have, okay. So with this coil is been wounded on this blowout core, and you know that whenever a current carrying conductor come in contact with this magnetic field, it also experiences a force like that. So likewise, this you will find there is a flux caused by this arc which are encircling this particular arc, and these are the direction how this direction of this electrons flows, okay, through blowout coils, and that way, and this is also the direction of flux from this blowout coils, and that way these directions these magnetic fluxes that will further facilitate that particular arc to move in the upward direction. So in this now third category of air brake circuit breaker is the arc shoot type circuit breaker. So the normal arrangement of arc shoot types air brake circuit breaker, which we already shown in the earlier diagram. So and these particular circuit breakers they are been using for the medium voltage circuits. Now in this arc shoot type circuit breaker there are two contacts, two set of contacts. One first contact we call as the main contact, and other contact we call as arcing or auxiliary contacts. So main contacts, these are basically they are usually of copper, and copper, these are made up of the copper materials and conduct this particular current in the close position of the circuit breakers. And they have basically the low resistance contact, low contact resistance, and uh, also they are being plated with the silver. So the meaning of why we are using here the silver plated, because silver basically providing the cooling effect to the particular arc. Then second contact is called as the arcing contact, which is are hard, heat resistance, and usually made up of the copper material or copper alloy. So arcing contacts are used in order to relieve the main contact from damage during the arcing process, and these arcing contracts can be easily renewable when you require it. So here these auxiliary or arcing contacts, these are been closed. These contacts are been closed before and open, and also open after the main contacts during the operation of the circuit breaker. So this is the air shoot type air brake circuit breaker arrangement we have. That is the internal constructional details we have. Okay. So this is your fixed contact. Okay, this is your fixed contact, and this is your moving contacts. Again I mention here, under normal operating condition these two contacts remain closed, but only this will going to operate when the relay sense the fault and it will trip the coil of a circuit breaker. Then in that case this moving contacts start opening from the fixed contacts, and that way there is a blowout air is there, and this will whatever the arc is being formed in between these two contacts, these are been moving in the upward directions. Okay, so this is the arcing contacts, these are the arcing contacts arrangement is there in this arc shoot type circuit breakers. First one is your main contacts, and other one is the auxiliary contacts. Okay, so this will be also separating, and it will produce a horn effect here, or horn path is there, and that way this arc will be elongated and arc will be directed in the arc shoots. So this is the arc shoot arrangement is there, and in that arc shoot arrangement we have the arc splitter plates are there, which is made up of the steel materials. or these are been coated with the steel materials, and that way there this particular arc is been entered where the area of cross section of that arc is reduces, and also this arc get lengthened up, and it will help you to extinguish the arc as quickly as possible. So in this air brake circuit breaker, as far as the description part is concerned, it consists of steel insert in the arcing chutes, and there is an arrangement of magnetic field induced in them by current in the arc, and that way this arc is been moving upward as in a faster way. So this steel plates this divides the arc into the number of arcs in the series. So the distribution of the voltage across the along this arc length basically is not a linear one, but it is accompanied by rather large anodes and cathode drops. Now, in case our condition here is that when we are going to extinguish the arc, when the voltage across the arc or contact breaker is greater than the system voltage, then it will possible for you to extinguish the arc. So, same way in this arc shoot type circuit breaker, if the total sum of anode and cathode drops of all the short arcs which are in series exceed the system voltage, then condition of quick extension of the arc can be automatically can be extended, or it can be established, or it can be possible to extinguish the arc. Now when the contact has come in contact with this relatively cool surfaces of the steel plates, here this arc gets rapidly and effectively cooled, and movement of arc may be naturally or aided by the magnetic blowout, just we have mentioned here. Okay, because of the magnetic fluxes produced or magnetic effect, this arc can be moved from bottom to the upward side. So thus this particular arc is extinguished while lightening and increasing the power loss of this particular arc. Now, what are the different application of these air brake circuit breakers? And we are all aware, we already mentioned that these air brake circuit breakers, they have been using for low voltage to the certain high voltage application also. So mainly these air brake circuit breakers, they have been used for protection of transformers, okay, then capacitors, as well as the protection of generators. And these air brake circuit breakers, they are also suitable for the control of power station auxiliaries and also the industrial plants. They also do if you compare this particular air brake circuit breaker with the air blast circuit breaker, then they don't require any additional compressor in order to compress the air and use that air to quench the arc. And these air brake circuit breakers, they are mainly used in the place where there are possibility of fire or explosive hazards. Okay, so in such places where you cannot use like this oil circuit breaker or aseptic gas circuit breaker, in such places you can use this kind of air brake circuit breaker. Now this air brake circuit breaker principle of lengthening the arc runners and magnetic blow up is also employed for DC circuit breaker up to the 15 kV. So in DC circuit breaker also we can usually use this principle to operate a DC circuit breaker. So this is all about this air brake circuit breaker. Now let's see the advantage and disadvantages of this air brake circuit breaker. So advantage is that you can have a wide current ranges, and you can able to break this particular current which are produced due to the faults like 630 amperes up to the 6300 amperes. As far as the temperature performance part is concerned, this can be used in a very low as well as in the high temperature conditions, which we have just discussed. Then long lifespan. You can use this air brake circuit breaker for years, for many years without changing. So therefore, the durability of such ACBs is around 10,000 brakes per make operations. Quick reaction, that is also one of the advantage. This air brake circuit breaker, they open very quickly as soon as it able to detect a short circuit, and in millisecond it will going to react and protect your systems. Similarly, easy maintenance is concerned due to the open type construction we have. maintenance part of this circuit breaker is very easy. So these are all the advantage of air brake circuit breaker. And what about the disadvantage or drawback of is concerned? So drawback of this air chute principle which we have used, and this air chute principle is only applicable or only useful to the low voltage or low current breakings. Whereas in the high current braking, since the process of moving that particular arc into the arc chute or the duration of time required to move that arc into the arc chute, it takes time. So that way we cannot going to use this particular circuit breaker for the high voltage applications. Because when it start moving, then electromagnetic fields are also been weaker, and that way the process of entering this arc into the arc chute is somewhat slower. So similarly, other drawback is that this chute itself is not necessarily less efficient and in its lengthening and deionizing action that at high currents. But the arc movement into the arc tends to become slower, and high speed interruption basically not possible in this case, and that's why this is the reason why we are not going to use much in case of high voltage applications. So this is all about air brake circuit breaker, about its application, advantages as well as their drawbacks. Now next category under this air circuit breaker is your air blast circuit breakers. Okay. So today only we will just see the constructional arrangement. We will describe the operating principle of air circuit breaker as well as constructional operation and operation in the next lecture. But see that what basically this air blast circuit breaker we have. So in air blast circuit breaker, it is also very similar to the air circuit breakers. Here only the arc quenching medium which we are using in order to quench the arc is the high pressure air blast. Okay, so that is the speciality of this air blast circuit breaker. So these particular contacts, that is moving contacts and fixed contacts, these are been open in a flow of air blast which is established by the operating fast valve. So there is a fast valve through which we are allowing the air to blast fastly on the your arc. So this air blast basically going to cool the arc and sweeps away this arc produced to the atmosphere. So that way this rapid deionization process we can able to establish in order to quench this particular arc. So this will increase the rapid dielectric strength of the medium between the contacts, and it will going to prevent from again re-establishing the arc. So therefore, ultimately we are extinguishing this particular arc, and we also interrupting this flow of current. So this is the arrangement inside this air blast circuit breaker. This is the constructional details, three diagrams which we have shown here. This is the air blast circuit breakers we have. This is the air reservoirs, okay, where we have stored the air at the atmospheric pressure, okay, and this air we can use when the contacts of the circuit breaker start operating, okay, with the help of this particular valve. So through that valve we are we are allowing this particular air to blast on this particular arc. So this is the arcing horns we have, okay, and this is the operating rods we have. So these are the different techniques through which how we can further extinguish the arc, that is the resistance switching units are there, and these are the connection for this particular currents. So these are the hollow insulator assemblies, the mechanical system we have, which are embedded over this air reservoirs. So inside part is concerned, this the same we have expanded here, where we are trying to explain the inside components of the air blast circuit breakers. So this is the air reservoirs we have, okay, and this is the wall which we just mentioned here, how this wall is been opened in order to blast the air on the particular arc. So this is the hollow insulator we have, and this is your fixed contact. uh, this is your fixed contact, and this is your moving contacts we have. This is the piston arrangement and spring arrangement we have, through which whatever once this through this particular wall, whenever these two contacts start operating, this with this help of two wall, we are allowing the air to blast on this particular arc, and this particular air after blasting on this particular arc, with that particular arrangement, we are trying to left that trying to allow that particular air to the atmospheres. Or some other arrangement is there, like nozzles are also there. Okay, and there is an exhaust wall is there. If there is an high pressure air is there, then there is an exhaust wall is also operating, through which we can able to reduce the pressure of that particular air. Now this is the real air blast circuit breaker. Same, exactly the same arrangement which we have shown here uh, internally. So the physical structure or outer structure of this your air blast circuit breaker is like that. It's like this is the air receiver we have, or air tank we have, like that, and these are the two insulators which we have shown here. Okay, and this all sort of arrangement which we have shown on the top side of the second diagram, that you can observe here in this particular arrangements. Now let's see what is the internal. Again, if you go in much more detail about the internal structure of this particular air blast circuit breakers, then what basically it includes. First one, this is the tank where you have the air reservoirs or air receivers, what we call as. Second is the hollow receivers, which we have mentioned here. The second portion, this is the hollow receivers we have, or hollow insulator and assemblies. Third one is the double arc extension chambers we have. Then fourth one is the pneumatic operating mechanisms. Then fifth one is your operating rods. Then so the sixth one is the pneumatic valves we have. Then seventh one is the fixed contacts. So this is the inside story we have, fixed and moving contacts. Eighth one is the moving contact. This is the moving contacts, like that. Ninth one is connection for the current. This is where you can connect the current also, through which you can there is a connections. Then 10th one is compressor springs. These are the compressor springs we have. Then 11th is opening of air outlets. So this is air outlets, outlets, whatever the amount. Once we blast the air on this particular arc, once these contacts get separated, this particular air being exhausted with this wall. 12th is the arcing horn optionals. Okay, so you can also expand this particular arc with the help of this arcing horn. And 13th one is the resistance switching units. So this is the resistance switching units where we are lengthening the arc. And 15, and these are the 15 is the your port. Some ports are there through which you can embed it this particular circuit breaker. So this is the internal arrangement, and in the next lecture we will going to discuss the operating, how it will going to operate. Okay. So in this lecture, we mainly discuss about the types of air blast, air brake circuit breakers, and also we discuss about its how it these circuit breakers they are been operating, what are the different applications of these air brake circuit breakers, and also we have discussed the internal constructional details of air blast circuit breakers. So with this, thank you so much.